Hello friends, welcome to yet another beautiful session on Tangle Auragin. This will be the fifth and the final session on the Tangle Auragin. I hope you got some idea about how to draw the tangle and how to use it in different ways, how to combine it beautifully with different tangles to create beautiful compositions. Yes. So there are so many ways in which you can use the tangle. Today again we are going to be trying a different and a beautiful arrangement. As you can see, I have just for the sake of reference drawn the first stroke of the tangle. Yes, I am again drawing on a Zendala tile and I am first going to ink the first stroke like this. Yes, and then we go ahead and draw the tangle the way it is usually drawn. I have added two auras on one side. I will do exactly the same on the other side. If you have to draw behind, that's okay. That's the beauty of Zentangle. Yes, you don't really have to think much where, what, how. It's free hand drawing and keep it as such. So kind of woven these two origins together, and then you can just add the further auras just the way it is generally. Yes, that's origin. So you can see how beautifully we have woven two origins together, and now I'm going to extend and add a tangle called PAIS. Yes, so I'm going to now switch to the next tangle. Start with a flux like shape and then you can add further auras. Yes, and we can also deck up this aura. Yes, these auras, repeating auras, we can also add something inside it. Let us first add PAIS. So they can be small, they can be big. You don't really have to raise your hand. It's kind of a one stroke tangle. Beautiful flux like shape, repeating auras, and a little zen there. Yes, take your time, draw behind wherever required. As I mentioned, you don't have to really raise your hand. Once you start drawing, you just have to go with the flow. Yes, enjoy each stroke. So again, I'm going to keep the first one facing upwards the way we did on the other side, and then build on it. Slowly, take your time. Some big ones, some smaller ones, go with the spaces you have. Beautiful meditative tangle to draw, repeating auras. And then probably we can add one like this, draw behind, yes. Let's add more, draw behind, go slow, take your time. You can add one more aura here. Small tiny spaces in between. We are now going to squeeze in this beautiful tipple. Very tiny spaces, just ink it. Adds a lot to the look of this tangle because it looks somewhere an extension of flux, and flux is incomplete without tipple. So feel free to squeeze in those tiny orbs here and there. Very tiny spaces. I'm just adding a touch of black. Yes. If you want to add a few more, you can draw behind and add. Just extending a few of them a little more. Yeah, looks nice. As far as this place is concerned, I'm just going to add some Bronx cheers. Like this. Add some enhancing inside here. Going very light with my pen, adding fine lines, an embellishment also called as enhancing. Yes, let's do this here also. Little pen pressure as you start and then release it. And then we will add different things. One of the sections I'm just going to probably add some coffering or give a coffered kind of a look. So I've just added some divisions. The last section probably we need to highlight. So I'm going to ink it with a little sparkle. You want your origin to stand out. Yes, so leave a slight sparkle. Ink the rest. Same here. Can even take a bolder nib if you wish to. Leave a sparkle. Ink the rest. like this. Yes. Now the next, I'm going to, you can choose any tangle of your choice. Let's see, let us add some tiny mookas. I'm just alternating the direction, one up, one down. And then this in between space, just push in some tiny orbs. Let's do that for the other side. Yes, looks nice and decked up, our Auragin. Tangle MOOKA. Spaces are small, take it easy. Yeah, and then we have one more section. I'm again going to add these dividing lines and add some koffering. Yes, here also the koffering will continue. You can add some more of these funky auras like this, just like adding a cap to our Auragin, just the way we draw the tangled springle. And then I'm just going to add a nice balloon shape here, have some fun. Now inside this you can either add bunzo or you can just add KNIGHTSBRIDGE, as if the Auragin is holding this balloon. I'm adding a slight curve to the lines to give a 3D effect. Alternatively, you can add straight lines. However, you can see my lines are not exactly straight. There is a slight curve. Like this. Yeah. So you know what to do next. KNIGHTSBRIDGE, the checkerboard pattern. So we have to ink, alternate spaces. Slowly, take your time. Patiently ink the spaces. All 4 corner squares of an empty square. Yeah. So I'm going to do this. Do it at your own pace, no hurry. Ink alternate sections. Be mindful as you ink. Yes, almost finishing with my inking. So that's our balloonish KNIGHTSBRIDGE. Yes, now we have some empty spaces, so let's extend the same tangle. Yes, I've added 2 more, and then I'm going to again add a little curvy lines, not exactly straight. Yes, and then again slight curve to the lines like this, and the same thing here. Tangle Knightsbridge adds great drama to our tile. Yes, and that's why I chose this tangle. Now again I'm going to do the same exercise. Ink alternate sections. Do it at your own pace, no hurry. Like this. Yes, take your time, and I shall be back in a jiffy. Almost done inking my Knightsbridge in a square, in a circular grid. I'm sorry, in fact a sphere. The way we have drawn it, when we shade it, it will look like a sphere. Yeah, that's it. Some bit of sparkle there. Ink. Yeah, I think we are done with our tangling. That's sufficient, and we can move on to our shading. Now one last thing, what I said is, if you want you can add something inside these auras also, right? So let us just add some fine lines. I've shifted to my finer nib, and I'm just adding some very fine lines, adding some texture. Well, you can choose to add anything else, feel free. I'm just going with some fine lines to add some texture to this tangle base. We have enough of inking on the tile now, otherwise we could have inked one of the auras with a sparkle, but we don't need any more inking on the tile. Yes, so I think this line work is a good idea. Take your time. And I'm going to do this inside all of my PAIS. Yeah, so I've almost done it for all, just one or two more left. And I think the last one here. And that's it. I don't think we need to add anything more to this style. Yes, if you wish some floating around black pearls, that's again an embellishment. You may or may not do it. Looks nice. That's about it. Let's now get to shading our tile. So So I'm going to add some graphite to my PAIS. Now either you can add here from where lines are emerging, or you can add on one side. Yeah, give a high and low effect. So it's up to you, how do you want to shade it. There is no standard way, as I keep saying. Yes, it is a good idea to highlight the intersections always. So use those shading opportunities. Some line work left here. Tiny one. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I'm adding graphite on one side. We'll bring it to about half and then highlight the other side. Take your time, add some thick graphite on one side of your PAIS. Yes, let's now quickly blend it. So bring it to about half. Make sure you don't make the entire thing gray. Yes, we want to use chalk. So blend it in such a way you bring it to about half of your base and leave half for your highlights. Slowly take your time. Go to each. Be patient when you are shading. Shading brings your tile to life, adds that much required depth and dimension. Yes, the tangles start to breathe. So give it that time that it deserves. Looks nice. Let's now move on to our covering, our origin. So here, just on the two sides, slight touches. Not much. Covering, as I mentioned, you just have to add shadow on these dividers. It's all about shading. Blend and leave a highlight so that it looks like folds. Yes, so again I'm going to do the same here also, adding graphite on the dividing line. Blend. Yes, as far as this section is concerned, since we have some highlights there or inking there, I think it's a good idea to ink so it looks like a continuation of the last aura. Something like this, or you can add anything else, that's fine. trying to build that connection. That's it. Yeah. Then comes this space where we have already added enhancing. It's a good idea to shade, and underneath here let's blend. Make sure you don't blend too much, just the right amount. Fade away the graphite here. Very small spaces. Generally what is already there on your stub is sufficient. Some shadow underneath the black pearls, like this. Yes. And last but not the least, well, you can skip adding graphite on the blacks if you wish. I'm adding graphite at the edges, and then you can highlight the center to give that 3D effect. The corners recede and the center recede, and the center kind of pops up, just the way we would like for a balloon. Yes, isn't it beautiful? Let's do that for the other two. Darkening the edges. Like this. Yeah, time for some chalk. So places where you have not added your graphite is the place where you will add your chalk. So it's important that you restrict your graphite to where it should be. Otherwise you lose this highlighting opportunity. Use a different blender, soften the chalk. Make sure it's not patchy. Push it into the paper, blend it, soften it like this. And you can highlight the other side of your PAIS. You can use your hands to blend. Sometimes it's a good idea. Some of the places where we can highlight the intersections. Always use that opportunity. So highlights will bring your PAIS to life. It's a nice high and low. Again, there is a shading opportunity here. Small highlight. And the last one there. Use your different stuff. Soften the chalk if required. And I don't think we need anything else. Slight graphite here, a touch, and a slight highlight. Maybe what was already there on your stuff was sufficient to add this much. Yes, done with that. Let's revisit some of the lines after we have added shade and chalk. Can add some nice fescues, having fun here. And that's about it. I don't think we need to revisit any more lines. If you want to use your jelly roll, just in case, then this is the place to highlight. Probably a little extra zen embellishment. You may or may not do it, but always grab an opportunity to do it if possible. Just highlighting a few places. Yes, you can highlight the innermost inked portion. Tiny little things that you can do to enhance the look of your tile. You can add some bit of shadow underneath here. And that's it. I don't think the tipples are pretty small, but if you want to touch the tip of your blender, you can touch. And that's it. That's our tile for today. I'm going to close my tile here. I'll try and post some more tiles using this tangle, beautiful Tangle Auragin. I hope you follow me on my Instagram. Do subscribe to my channel if you like the videos, and I shall see you again with a new tangle. Yes, till then, have a good time. Bye bye.